Hey y'all, good afternoon. I thought I would pop on here and share this practice that I have been doing with all of you. I've been moving through some pretty big energy and some really tumultuous life changes, and instead of facing them and really doing the hard things, I did like many of us do, and I kind of stuffed them away and chose not to look at them for a while. And things that were small but felt really big to me are now really big, because instead of looking at it and processing and finding ways to problem solve through them, I avoided and neglected, and now it's all coming full circle. That said, a couple months ago I started a new contemplation practice. It's very similar to meditation, but on a much deeper level, and it's extremely hard. So it's 30 minutes of silence, and you can be still or you can move around, but you have to disconnect. No Facebook, no playing with your photographs, no doing any of those things that keep the mind busy and distracted, right? Before phones, people were forced to sit with themselves and be bored and be in that energy of boredom. And in that space, we have this creative spark that happens within us, and a remembrance happens, and then a true deep knowing. And so any question that we have for ourselves that we can't really find an answer for in the conscious realm, if we sit in that space of contemplation, it allows us time to be bored, for our mind to start wandering and trying to problem solve and connect the dots. And in that 30 minutes, you'll have an answer. There's some scientific research that backs this up. I will post a link in the comments for any of you that are interested in looking into this further for your own knowledge and exploration. And I would invite you to join us when we have our group gatherings. There's one coming up next week. We'll be holding it at Love Greens in Eureka Springs. Basically, we'll be setting intentions of, releasing things that no longer serve us, and calling in things that we desire, and sitting with ourselves in silence, but also in circle together in community, in silence, in a collective sacred moment, where we will find the answers we need to move forward, to bring those things into fruition or to release them fully, whatever they may be. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna sit here now for 30 minutes in my beautiful hot tub. I figure this is, one of the best places to do this. I feel comfortable here, I'm at ease, and I often sit here for more than 30 minutes, but I almost always am playing on my phone or listening to an audio track, a gene key, or a podcast, or something that's keeping my brain occupied and not allowing it to go into the space where I can really hear myself, my inner voice, and get to a place where I can listen again, So here I go, folks. I'm dropping in. I hope you all have a blessed day. So that was wonderful. My contemplation going into silence was, how do I stop the pain? The pain in my body, the pain in my heart, the pain in my mind, the pain in my soul, the pain in my lineage. And the answer that kept coming back over and over again was movement. Move your body. Move your mind. Move your heart. Move mountains if you have to make the pain stop. Pain for me is in my body. I've got a lot of discomfort in my thoracic spine and my neck. Years and years of, using this beautiful vessel. Roller derby, I think, is responsible for the neck stuff. And then just, the hereditary DNA line is what's responsible for the rest. And I've learned how to manage it over my lifetime. But the more stressed out I get, the more emotionally compromised I become, the more overextended I allow myself to go, the more pain I have in my body. And my instinct is to coil in, like a crab inside their shell or a turtle inside their shell. I want to just pull in for safety, and everything goes tight and tense, and I'm in it, but really, that's the opposite of what I need to be doing. I need to be surrendering. I need to be breathing fully, expanding my lungs, letting the oxygen move through my systems and activate my cells and push my being into motion. And if you watched the last video, it was clear that my body was self-soothing. I was either bobbing or swaying or moving in some somatic flow, trying to both release energy that has been bound, as well as calling in energy to fill my well, to replenish that which I have poured out upon others. And after 30 minutes of contemplation and in essence the purest devotional meditation that there is, in my opinion, I feel refreshed and renewed, and I'm ready to go and tackle some things that I've been avoiding. So I hope all of you are inspired by witnessing me in my journey in these messy and intimate moments. There's going to be many more of them to come. Have a blessed day. I also wanted to add that, this segment is called The Art of Silence, and I don't want that to confuse any of you. Like, sitting in silence doesn't mean turning off all the external noise. It in fact means the opposite of that. It really means just being able to sit with yourself and not allow yourself to be distracted or masked with the external noise, right? It does require you to put your social media away, your email away, your text messages, and disconnect, right, from tech and modern forms of communication, because we're trying to bring ourselves into a space where we can communicate with ourselves again. And that takes really listening and being with yourself and sitting through the discomfort. I'd say probably the first 10 minutes of my silence video, I was like vibrating in my skin, okay, like wiggling in my skin. I wanted to open my eyes, which you can if you choose to, but for me it helps me to focus inside when I have my eyes closed. But I was fighting to open my eyes. I was fighting to get up out of the water and go and do something else and move around, which again, you can do that as long as you keep the silence and you stay focused within yourself, walking around and enjoying nature and being outside, I think is often very helpful. The silent walk, it's very effective. But in that, you want to make sure that you're not finding things to distract yourself. Like, ooh, bug, what is this? Oh, what are they doing? Oh, they're crawling up this thing. Oh, they went under that. Oh, what is that? It's a cool rock. You know, like, try to avoid that space, because then you're still not reaching that place of inner void, boredom, where the answers come, right? So walking around is fine. Being outside, movement, being, you know, still with your eyes closed, being in a space where you don't have to have your eyes open to experience movement, especially somatic movement, because the body is going to tell you what you need, and then the mind is going to respond and help you grab hold of the answer. So I hope this was helpful, y'all. I was just sitting here after the last video and was like, you know, I didn't talk about this part, so here I am. All right, have a blessed day. Mwah.